Am I the asshole for telling my friend that I'm sorry? Her parents don't love her as much as mine love me.
That's crazy.
So roll a die. Who's going to be the defendant? Who's going to be the prosecutor?
I got 20.
Oh.
I got 18.
So you actually get to pick, Nancy, since you got the high number.
Okay, so I was rolling while you were saying the title. Can you repeat the title, please?
The title is, Am I the asshole for telling my friend that I'm sorry her parents don't love her as much as mine love me?
I'm going to say defendant.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wait, defendant?
Yeah, so
Defense team. No, okay.
So you're defending OP.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to be the prosecutor. Nancy's going to be defending. And Sean's going to take us away for the final remarks. All right. Story goes as this. I, 22 female, have a friend named Amy, 22 female, who I met in college. Currently, we are in our last semester of college. I live alone, but she shares our apartment with 2 other people. We never really spoke about our finances much, but I know that both of our parents currently pay for our rent. The issue started when we talked about our future plans. I told her that I'm probably going to get a job and do my master's at the same time so that I can save up a little, but also to finally have my own money to spend on some things that I love and to travel. She laughed at me and asked me what kind of salary I expect while working part-time to be able to afford all that. I shrugged and said I didn't have any expenses that I need to cover really, just food and that's it. She looked shocked and asked me about rent and stuff, and I said my parents will be paying for it. She then went on a rant about becoming an adult, how she can't wait to be independent, how she doesn't want to take money from her parents and stuff like that. For the most part, I tried to nod my head, but then she said something like, I'd feel like a bad daughter if I were you. And that really made me feel embarrassed. My parents want to pay for my apartment. They can easily afford it, and I'm not the type of person to be ungrateful for it. I spend a lot of time with them, and I know they don't lack money for anything. They travel, own their house, have a good retirement plan. They don't mind paying for me, and I don't mind taking it. We have a good relationship. I know this won't be forever, and I don't expect it to be. Just a few years until I finish my degree and get a higher paying job. I got annoyed and told her to drop it. We can talk about something else, but she continued talking about how her parents want her to be a real adult, how I'll never want to be ambitious unless I struggle, and just more and more nonsense. I just cut her off and said, well, I don't know. Maybe my parents love me more than yours love you, so they want to pay. I'm sorry for that. Can we now talk about something else? We didn't talk since, and I do feel bad because I know that love has nothing to do with money, and looking back, it's such a rude thing to say. But I just said it to shut her up because she was insulting me and calling me spoiled for no reason. I wasn't even the one to start this conversation, nor did I probe into her finances. She was the one who kept it going, and ever since that day, I feel a pit in my stomach and I really didn't want to insult her. Just adding some stuff because I feel like it may be relevant. I feel like Amy's intention wasn't genuine because she currently accepts her parents paying rent, food, utilities, everything. So do I. The conversation was about after college. I mentioned my academic success because she said I will never be ambitious when I try really hard. We also don't live in the USA, and parent support isn't so uncommon. And lastly, while this may not convince people, I really do appreciate my parents and everything they do for me. I don't plan to leash on them, and this is something they know, and that's what matters to me. So, prosecution, you're up first.
Okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between of the court. Yes, these 2 students do have a privileged life. They have both parents supporting them financially going through school. However, it seems like there's a clear tax bracket difference between the 2 because one lives alone while another lives with roommates. So for OP is the one that lives alone. For OP to call her friend Amy or say that her parents don't love her enough is clearly a really privileged stance because she doesn't understand, like, yes, maybe her parents are paying for her finances right now, but it's not something that they can feasibly do. Maybe they're asking for help from other family members to do that. So it might not be solely relying on the parents. So Amy's kind of more grounded in that way. So she's thinking like, oh, well, my parents are struggling. They're asking for help from other family members, possibly. So why are you taking advantage of their finances when they've worked all their life to have that for their retirement money? So why are you taking advantage of their generosity when you are 22 years old, a full grown ass adult? So I feel like, what's her name? As Kim Kardashian says, no one,
You quoting Kim?
oh, nobody wants to work anymore.
Mm.
Get your ass up and work.
Talk to them, girl.
I
Did she get canceled for that?
That quote
I don't know if
haunts
that's the best one.
Okay. Defense.
Okay. Yeah, that quote haunts me.
We're trying really hard, Kim. You asshole.
Okay, so obviously OP was trying to draw boundaries in that she didn't want to have this conversation at all. Understandably. Socioeconomic dictionary, Webster Dictionary defines socioeconomic mobility as
Damn.
okay, so socioeconomic mobility is the movement, the upward movement of individuals and or their future generations.
Is Juliet Googling?
Probably.
She's trying to weaken
Wait,
Holy shit.
I was lying. It wasn't Webster. Now she's not
Nancy.
credible. And now Nancy's not credible. But yeah, socioeconomic mobility is increasing your own social economic status or those of your future generations, right? So I think it's okay that OP's parents are supporting her because it is something that they're willing to do and they are able to do it. I've had friends who have had that privilege and you take advantage of that privilege, right? As long as you're not hurting other people. And she's not. So, and I've had friends who didn't have that support, right? And I just think that her friend was looking for something. She was looking to feel better about her situation because I know it sucks that maybe your situation requires you to work harder than the next person over, right? But it's not their fault, right? So yeah, she is not the asshole. I need to ask about these pronouns. I'm just guessing. But yeah, that's all I have.
They're both friends. John, close us off, brother.
I think, not to go with the wife, but I think,
Wow.
the biases.
Bias.
It's not credible anymore.
I think she tried to drop it multiple times. And she said to, like, can we talk about something else? And she just kept digging in and digging in. It's just like, we say it all the time, like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Like, you fucked around, you found out, I think, in my opinion. So it's just, yes, is that probably the rudest thing said during the whole thing? I think for sure.
Bro.
I think for sure the meanest thing.
Love me more, okay?
But I think it's also like one of those like so outrageous
passion.
thing. Yeah, crime of passion.
Crime of passion is still,
A crime.
Lesser
that is
time,
still,
lesser time.
you can still get persecuted by a court of law for that.
But I think she tried to change the subject multiple times. Didn't let it go. I thought they were roommates. They were just friends.
It sounds like they're just friends.
They're friends.
Oh man, I was tripping.
She doesn't have roommates because she's
rich.
Oh, because she's richer. Yeah. Okay, I think she was just trying to. Probably the other one is like trying to like find a way to like big league OP and make OP feel smaller than. So then OP just gave it right back. So I think if she had opened the gates didn't even like say like let's drop it, and then just first insult back was like, well, I guess your parents don't love you, stupid ass.
Sorry, you're broke.
Yeah, then we'd be like, that's a different story. But this, she tried to get out of it and and it can only take so much, I think.
Any other closing remarks that you guys want to?
closing statements
You want to say before we close the story and let the Wikimaniacs decide?
No, I think OP said that from a place of love.
Whoa.
Oh,
Kidding.
redacted.
We find them
Redacted.
guilty.
Get therapy.